So could you give us some basic details of the accident?
Yes, it's traveling down Nipperson towards Wilson, about 6:30 in the morning, traveling about 35 miles per hour. And all of a sudden I felt this big jar in the front of my car, scared me some. Pulled up a little bit and stopped to see what it was, found nothing, could see nothing, nothing was there. Car coming from Wilson down Nipperson kept blowing his horn. I don't know what he saw, but I didn't see anything. Came back later when it was light to see if, checked my car out. There was a toughened deer hair in my hood of my car. My hood smashed, my fenders bumped, bumpers gone. So I guess the deer hit me.
Were you emotionally affected?
No, it didn't bother me at all after I figured out what it was.
So how did insurance cover the accident damages?
Excuse me, they paid for it. Because it was, well, whatever insurance will pay, yeah. No deductible on anything as long as you have a police report. But that's the important thing, whatever happens, no matter when or where, get a police report.
And was there any damage to your vehicle?
Yeah, $1,000 worth.
So could you elaborate on that? Like what type of damages?
Okay, the damage was the hood wouldn't open because it was dented down by the latch. The right passenger fender was dented. The bumper under the front of the car was damaged. So I just figured he jumped out of the side of the road and just clipped me as he was going wherever he was going.
And how did the police react to the
Very
incident?
calmly. I went into the police station to report the accident. They asked me what happened, and I explained it. And he says, what was the speed limit? What were you traveling? Did the airbags deploy? And I said, no. He says, was anybody else injured? You hit another car or anything? And I said, no, it was a simple, the deer hit me and took off because I never saw it. So then he got me a police report.
Okay. All right, thank you for your time. What were some basic details of the accident?
I was actually going down Fairfield, and it was really snowy that day. It was December. This was like 10 years ago, so I'm not gonna remember all details. I was helping my brother out and subbing for a co-ed volleyball league in Arlington Heights. So I was headed south, went there, played the game, headed back, and the weather got worse. It was icy and snowy, and it was like, 10:30 at night or whatever, heading back. North on Fairfield, approaching 120, and was driving very slow because of the weather conditions. And as I was approaching 120 with the light, I was even slowing down more because there was a Jeep in front of me, like a SUV. And when I was slowing down, it was probably like 15, 20 feet in front of me. The light turned red, and I put on my brakes and I was sliding. And then I was trying to pump my brakes, and I was slowly sliding and bumped into the car in front of me. And the lights went on. I hit a police officer.
Were you emotionally affected at all?
Definitely. That was my first accident, so I was shooken up and I was shaking and nervous. And the police officer was extremely nice because he came to the car, he checked out his car, no damage to the police car, but there's a lot of damage to my car, I hate to say, in the front. But he saw how visibly shaken up I was, and he was very calm with it. He said he understood because I was, like I said, it was a slow slide. It was like everything was in slow motion, and I slid into the car. And he didn't give me a ticket, which was really nice. I mean, he really was trying to, I remember him telling me, he looked at my car and he saw that I had 2 car seats and 2 booster seats. And so he's like, you're a busy man that got out or whatever. And he said, don't worry about it. There's no damage to my car. And he was looking at my record on my license and knew that I didn't have any, other car accidents or whatever.
Did the insurance cover the majority of the damages?
It did. We had to pay our deductible, but